It's a very special, big money edition of the PeterPromo podcast. So we're gonna be actually, we got a special guest here. You know what I'm saying? We got the motherfucking OG from the motherfucking 15 Mile Road. You know what I'm saying?
He is straight into radio mode.
We're right into it. You know what I'm saying? We have to, because we're in the presence. We're in the precipice of something big, because we're in the presence of someone that, frankly, they don't want to see win. You know what I'm saying? They got motherfuckers coming after this guy. This guy is the most wanted guy that out here in the Detroit area, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, he's got a clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? He's got a couple businesses. He's got the thing going on, man. So we got a guy that also has done you made a record label. You've gone to film school. You name it, this guy's probably done it, man. So
good and bad.
Hey, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Owner of L.A. York Films Productions. Sin Films. L.A. York Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, Lavette. We're here to talk a little bit about film. Talk about film, man. You went to film school. What was that like? What was it like to go to film school?
Well, maybe I was always fascinated with films. Period. Even as a kid, and but what made me go was I started my record label and I wanted to do a video, professional video, and I ran into Christopher Columbus.
The guy who came to America?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's a bigger black guy.
Okay.
And but he did movies, and he's real big. And I seen him at a party, and I asked him, and he told me $35,000
to do a film,
to shoot a video.
Oh shit!
A video, professional video. Which I knew that was the price, but it still didn't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? So
you can go to film school for that.
That came right to my mind. So I ended up going to MPI, which is Motion Picture Film Institute. It was in Troy. Now it's in, I want to say it's in, I got to look it up. It's in Rochester, I believe it is now. But
yeah, they do big things over there, man.
Yeah, Doug and Kurt, they're good people over there. So I went there, and that ended up costing me like $10,500. And so, make a long story short, I got to shoot my video on 35 millimeter, and it all cost me about $16,000 totals, school and video.
Damn. So you got a film music video. Can they catch this online somewhere?
Networking. It's on YouTube, up under Syn Records, SYN Records, and the group is Teammates, and the name of the song is Networking. We shot it in 2006 on 35 millimeter, and it was a big day, but we had some accidents happen, so we didn't really get a chance to put the video together like we wanted to. And but it was shot on 35, and it still looked good to this day.
Right. I mean, if it's on film, hell yeah.
If we was to re-digitize it and load it on it, it'd be.
What can you tell us? What everybody ain't hip like you hip, okay? When you say 35, what you talking about, man?
Well, 35 millimeter is the standard, film that if you see a video, Puffy video, Jay-Z video,
right,
it's shot on 35 millimeter. A movie shot on 35 millimeter. They got two different cameras. They got a video camera and they got a movie camera. The video camera is a louder camera because it shoots no sound, and that's the one I shot on.
Oh, you got to add it in later.
Yeah, you add the song in.
That's the reason why film shoot with a boom mic, filming the audio separate, and then the video. Film.
But also the camera's quiet. You can't do that with the video camera because the camera is loud. So you're gonna catch all that sound in the boom mic.
So what was the film experience like, man? Because I mean, you did something that people wish that they could do, man. You were in fucking film school, bro. What was the?
And I worked on the first Transformer movie.
Oh shit! Okay, that's what Shia LaBeouf.
If you ever watched the long credits on it, you should see my name in there somewhere.
Did you get to scream on one of the shots? He was like one of the bystanders or something?
No, we was top flight security, basically. I mean, they paid us $150 a day. We had to work 10 days, and we had to work 10 hours a day. But we had to just sit down. We just make sure people didn't turn down streets because they were shooting You know, the
Now,
movies
what's
all
that role?
downtown.
What's that role called on a film set? What was the role that your
It was
position?
a PA.
PA.
It was a production assistant.
Okay. Now, is that a good way for people to kind of get their ends? Like you become a production assistant?
If you get on the right set, like I know a few people that stuck with it, and they actually got a lot more jobs. You know what I'm saying? For it, like with me, I don't know. I was in another time at that point, so that little money didn't matter to me. But I wasn't looking at it as the point of the connections. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I was I'm the go-to guy because they,
You are.
they knew I ran the crew that I was with because I don't take no shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you're not gonna piss on me and tell me it's raining. So they already knew off the rip. So, but I just was the connections I made was few, not as many as I should because of the simple fact that I wasn't going to continue to keep working. That money was nothing to me, which was foolish.
Right.
But it was easy work. They fed you, they pull up on you and drop water off to you, and they
Put you on
paid
the tour
cash,
bus?
and they paid you cash.
Yes, and that's a big thing too because there's a lot of creatives out there that are just struggling with trying to get paid, and a lot of my viewers are artists, they're rappers, and so you have that experience. You've been a record producer. You've done the race, okay, for a lot of different up and coming artists. So what is your tips, your guidance that you have for up and coming artists who are trying to get signed? From your perspective, what does an artist need to get signed?
Well, I say this, and quit worrying about getting signed now. The way the game is now, you don't have to be signed. You can put the work in and make all the money. They got United Masters, they got distros, they got all that, which makes you, if you do it right, your own record company.
Right.
They putting you on the same platforms as the major labels do. Now the promotion might not be as heavy, but you could promote in sections. You know what I'm saying? You start your neighborhood, then you go to the next neighborhood. But you get what you put in it.
But tell me this: what is a label exec looking for in an artist? What are the keys that they need to have?
The biggest thing they're looking for is self-promotion. Are you trying to promote yourself to let me notice you?
Were you getting a lot of that from your artist?
I mean, hell no, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna tell you this is how I feel about it. We were ahead of our time. We were all doing something that was new to all of us, but their thoughts wasn't our thoughts because we were way older than them. So they thought they had time, opposed to right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they were at 19, 20, 21. We 30, 31, 32. We looking through a different set of eyes. So, just like I know if I could do it over again, they can do it over again, they'd do it the right way. But, rap music is about moments. So if you don't catch that moment when you're supposed to catch it,
might be gone.
It might be. Or you're going to have to work 10 times harder than you had to work the first time to make it up. But the way this game's set up now, you don't have to go on the streets to promote. You can sit in your room.
Subscribe.
You know what I'm saying?
On
and
YouTube.
you can sit in your house and promote everywhere.
Yeah, because you got everything.
You can set up enough cameras where you can do Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all at once.
So tell me, how was it back then?
Shit, you had to have street crews, street teams. You had to. You had to convince people to.
What was one of the most elaborate things that you did to get your group out there? Because I know you had to be creative back then, man. You had to snooze with the right record labels.
Man, we opened up for Jeezy. Jeezy's very first show in Detroit before he dropped his first album. We opened up for him. We opened up for Jeezy 4 times. We opened up for Lil Wayne 3 times. We opened up for T.I. twice. Like, we had a good run. It was just, mentally everybody wasn't on the same page.
And that seems to be a big thing for people, I mean, they're young, they're creatives, they need somebody on the business side. It seemed like you were heavy on the business side.
But see, the thing is, most artists thinking rapping is the key.
What's the key?
Self-promotion. If you ain't promoting yourself to be, no matter what a record company do, if you sign with Sony right now, and they set up 2 dates for you to go to and you don't go, then what? Who fault is that?
Well, I mean, in that case, then it's their fault.
And so my point in saying is, you still have to promote yourself. Just because somebody got you somewhere, don't mean that you still ain't got to do your part. And most people tend to think that Russell Simmons gonna come walk up to him and say, here go $1 million. I want to sign you. You know what I'm saying? Or my niggas.
So Russell ain't about to show up and
hell no.
do a headstand and
Russell want to see that you can make him some money, because one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. These record companies about making money, and if you ain't profitable, what we talking for? This shit ain't no different than the streets.
Yeah, but what if their music is the best music that you've ever heard, but they got no promotion? They come from a house, not even a house with orphanage. They come from an orphanage. They got no family. You know what I'm saying? But they got some pain music, and it's so great. And for your ears, it's the best thing you ever heard. But they ain't got the promotion. So then what?
It's not that they don't have the promotion. Are they willing to promote? That's the difference. Because you can. How did I hear it? You know what I mean?
How did you hear it? That's a good question.
How did I hear it? To even think like that.
For this scenario, it could be a million ways. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say it just happened to where you.
My nephew's listening to it, and I hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I feel like it's worth me talking to him, I'll talk to him and see where their head at. You know what I'm saying? If their head ain't, if I give them 2 conversations.
Right.
And if they both sound the same to me, I ain't putting no time in. Because it's easy for these cats to blow now, man. These young niggas got it easy and don't realize how easy they got it, but they lazy. They all, they hippies.
Yeah.
They doing too many drugs.
It sounds like when you said that, it reminded me of I used to watch it, The Walking Dead, right? And Rick would have questions. He's like, okay, have you killed anybody? Why? You know what I'm saying? And something else. It was 3 questions. Off these 3 questions, I know everything I need to know about you.
Right.
Whether I'm about to help you or
right.
you a fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the thing for me is that I think that with age and with wisdom, you know what I'm saying, seeing so many situations, I mean, yes, it's possible for bosses to make mistakes. Bosses take L's too, but I think that
the boss is the only one that takes the L's.
What I mean, I think some of the people who get signed, well, they give themselves the L. They give themselves the L.
They're self-inflicted. They're self-inflicted. Like I just seen this thing. I be seeing this thing on, and God rest in peace, DMX. But I seen people posting, these people ain't shit because DMX died broke. And I say to them, I'm speaking on it now because I'm here talking, but I don't really go back and forth with people on the social media about it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he died broke or not. You know what I'm saying? His broke ain't our broke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But whatever his financial problem was his fault. Nobody else's. Like they tried to blame Black Rob. What happened to Black Rob on Diddy? You know what I'm saying? Because they signed him. Like them men, everybody that them niggas fuck with made them rich. What they did with theirs is what they did with theirs. Now, maybe they do owe them some money, but that's the game. You come into this rap game in the hole. And
but the talent's got to be worth something, though.
The talent is always worth more than anything.
So they can't be in the hole. They can't start off in the hole because they have.
No, they start off in the hole because
they have the talent.
Because if a record company come find you,
right,
and they put $500,000 into you,
right,
you got to recoup that. They got to recoup that back before anything.
That's right.
So that money's nothing is free.
But your talent is what's going to make the money. You have the product.
What I'm saying,
you're the bread factory.
Yes,
they put money into the bread factory, but you are what makes the money.
Yes. So that's my point. You ain't taking a loss.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I mean, time and energy sometimes can be a factor.
They got theirs though. They got upfront money. You know what I'm saying? They get their monies on their royalties. They get their monies on that. Maybe they don't get as much as they should, but that's negotiations. That's the game. Like nobody coming to the game,
right,
making what they want to make. You know what I'm saying?
You got to value what you're worth.
There comes
evaluate. You got to evaluate.
that comes a time to what you did.
Right.
Now, in DMX, like I'm not speaking like I know anything about his business. What I'm saying is, he had a time to, from what I seen on his special that they had,
Right.
they didn't do him right.
Who didn't do him right?
His record company.
Right.
You know? So they owe him money, but he was very rich, even still.
Right. He was on VH1 a lot.
You know what I'm saying? He was very rich still. He was he was the first artist to go platinum 5 straight albums. His first 5 albums to go platinum. He was the only artist at that point. Jay-Z did it now, but he did it later.
Michael didn't do that?
Rap.
Oh, okay. I was
Rap.
gonna say, I was about to say,
Rap.
you gotta, you
Rap,
have to.
rap. No, you can't, you know, rock and
I don't know, some white John
But
Newton,
rap.
Wayne Newton, somebody had to do that.
rap. You know.
Yeah.
He was the first to do it. Jay-Z did it after Reasonable Doubt went platinum later.
Okay, DMX. I've been wanting to ask you this since we talked about it last time. Let's talk about the top 5. I need to know the
My top
revised,
5?
your top 5. And you know what?
No particular order.
I won't even let you do it in order. You can do whatever order, just out of order. Just give me the 5 random, the 5.
My 5.
Your Mount Rushmore.
Jay-Z,
Jay-Z,
Big,
Big,
Pac, Cube,
Cube.
yep, and Scarface.
Oh wow. Okay. Cube, Biggie. Wait, say the 5 again.
Jay-Z,
Jay-Z,
Biggie,
Biggie,
Cube,
Cube,
Scarface, and did I say Pac?
No.
And Pac.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure was in there or not. Okay, bet.
Tupac.
Okay.
Now there's some.
How come Snoop ain't in there?
Snoop to me, you know, Snoop is a, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Rapper.
Not that he's not great, but Snoop more of a legendary number 1 opposed to like being number 1 to me. You know what I mean? Like, he in my top 10.
Right.
He in my top 10. You know what I mean? But my 5, that's my 5, and I'm sticking to it. You know, that can't be changed. You know, other people gonna have other ones, and maybe if some people throw some names that I might have but there's only one person. There's really not one person I can say that I'm questionable about, and there's not. They're my 5. Show me 5 better.
Rakim.
Rakim my dog, but he ain't in my. You know, like LL in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? Snoop in my top 10. You know. You know, I have my moments with people, so I can't, you know, so like with I rock with them all the way through. But other people, I have my moments. Like I got my Public Enemy moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my Slick Rick moments. You know what I'm saying? But overall, my top 5 is my top 5.
So I only really wanted to ask you because I really wanted to hear like some real nigga opinion about Snoop. And I thought he might have been in yours.
Snoop is a.
Because he just went against DMX, right?
Yeah. They party. They ain't battle.
No, I mean, not like.
But yeah, definitely. Snoop is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Snoop my nigga, but he ain't in my top 5. And it's not for no particular reason.
Yeah.
This is just the way it is for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Snoop is Snoop, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And I really got to ask you, going from there, the music scene, who do you see right now that's catching your ear right now, man? Because I know there's a lot going on. There's people in the local areas, people big, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm tending to fuck with this younger music more. You know what I'm saying?
Who you got? Who you mean?
like the younger niggas, you know, cause I ride old school. Now I really don't listen to rap too much unless I got some niggas with me. Other than that, I'm listening to some old school 70s music. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time.
Right.
So when I listen to this shit, if I'm at the building with the young niggas, they got me listening to everything. Like Rio and them niggas from Flint. Them niggas from Flint, they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas doing their thing. I like the way they put it together, where they putting each other on and they fucking with each other. I like that. I fuck with Peasy. I fuck with Payroll. I fuck with
How come
All Star JR. I fuck with Damn John Boy.
there is a big list, I'm sure.
Yeah, I fuck with these young niggas out here, man. They only thing I wish these young niggas do, man, is
What's that?
like get together and fuck with each other more, like these other cities do with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because if these Detroit niggas can do that, you know, one thing about Detroit, it's a well-respected city. You know what I'm saying? But they know niggas beef and they know the beefs be real. So these niggas can't. The problem with us is the street shit, you know, turns over into rap. And
Vice versa.
so now this nigga ain't gonna fuck with this nigga, and this nigga ain't gonna fuck with this nigga because of this and that.
Yeah.
And
That's a tough spot to be in.
It's hurting the scene. It's hurting the scene. Even though everybody blowing up, they blowing up individually, and the blow up ain't like it should.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the blow up ain't like it should to me, because I know these niggas fucking over a lot of these niggas in a lot of cities, and a lot of niggas is still in Detroit style of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, really stealing it hard. So,
Oakland, I hear, is a big place where Detroit is pretty prevalent out there.
Well, you know, they call us brother cities.
Yeah.
You know, they call us brother cities. They say we the same type of cats, but these niggas doing it everywhere. These niggas stealing the Detroit styles everywhere, man, and they running with it. And, you know, they say, you know, what they say, flattery, imitation is
the most sincere
form of flattery.
Flattery.
And I guess that's what it is. But if these young cats stick together, they could blow, man. They could take over this shit and really be some power players, you know?
I mean, the scene that you're from, you know what I'm saying, that you were very prominent, 15 Mile Road, even Mount Clemens, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why hasn't anyone taken it to that echelon? Why hasn't it?
From there?
Yeah. Like, why hasn't a team just come together and just made it happen?
Individualities. Too many individuals, man. You know, too many egos involved with, you know, my philosophy is this. Like, you know, if you beefing with certain niggas for certain reasons, I understand why that's not going to never work.
Right.
But if you ain't beefing with niggas and they doing other, you know, they might be from the other way, do some shit together, because by me accumulating your fans, you accumulating my fans. You know, that's giving us a bigger fan base.
Synergy.
You know, and it's a reaction to people being together, because when people see certain people doing songs, they be like, oh shit, such and such and them doing shit together. You know, and the mentality is fuck them niggas. That's the mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? With these, you know, that's the mentality. I ain't even gonna say it's with
sometimes,
the young niggas.
okay, but sometimes you gotta also acknowledge that you're inviting chaos to your door, as well as providence and promise. You're also inviting chaos to your door when you're inviting people. You're trying to link up with people that you don't inherently fuck with, but they do the same type of shit as you, and you're trying to link up, but you may be inviting the devil to your doorstep, and that's not a negative.
The wonderful thing about rap,
yeah,
I can send you a track from wherever I'm at. You don't
Right.
have to be there. You know what I'm saying?
See, this is what I'm saying.
It may not be the same thing, but what I'm saying to you, and then this is a business. So
Yeah.
if we're agreeing that we're gonna do something, we also agreeing that only a certain amount of persons coming. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you know, you bring your people, I bring my people, and let's do this.
See, I would want to, if I'm doing a track with anybody or my project, I'm going to want them to record in my studio.
I mean, wherever we record, I want to record together.
I'm going to want it in my studio.
I want to record together. It ain't got to be your studio, ain't got to be my studio, but let's do it together.
I'm with that. And what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, what would need to happen in order to bring that together, to get people together to make that happen? What would be a power group? Like a bunch of artists, or like a dog-ass artist with a dog-ass videographer with like people playing different roles? Or are you saying that there needs to be a power group of artists?
It's the niggas. Everybody got to start. You know, I see it slowly. It's happening now a little bit more. You know, you start to see these East Side niggas and these West Side niggas doing shit together. So it's coming slowly. I just think it's doing too slow.
Yeah.
It's just moving too slow. It's at a turtle's pace.
You know, I had a situation I wanted to ask you your opinion about, because I had a client who was coming steadily, kind of doing mixtape stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just mixtape stuff, not really, not doing the at least getting stuff on iTunes. Regardless, he had referred someone else to me, and this someone else was doing bigger work, doing like very intense work, and me and him actually did some really good work together. So I'm enjoying this new partnership here. But these two have a clash.
Now they beefing.
So now the guy who's been coming to me for years feels as though my loyalty means I can't record.
Oh no, this is business.
I mean, but see, and then what do I do in that situation? Because people, they are loyal to me, and there's these business situations where it's like, I don't know.
Have them together at the same time.
It wasn't about that. He just felt like, I
put
put you on this nigga, and he a hoe ass nigga.
So how do you expect me to stop making money, and this is my living? Now you asking me to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not down with you like that, nigga.
I hear you. I mean, it does mean a lot when someone is loyal to your business and they've given you, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you think Walmart give a fuck?
But I'm not Walmart.
What I'm saying, it's all a business. Everybody got to play by the same amount of rules. Yeah. I'm not. My beef ain't with this man. You turn me on to him, so I gotta say, man, my man ain't fuck with you. I ain't fuck with you, and this nigga give me whatever I want an hour. Nah, bro.
I guess it would depend on the severity of the beef. Like if he had did something weird, then I wouldn't fuck with him. But if it was just like y'all just beefing,
man, listen.
I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever the reason be, other than you fucking with, you are violated. Because if that's the case, then nigga, he coming over there to look for you. If it ain't to that, I don't want to talk. If it ain't on site type shit, I'm getting my money.
Yeah. So that's acceptable. That would be a good response.
I'm like, man, is it on some on site type shit? That's exactly what I asked him. Like, is it on some on site type shit?
Yeah.
And then his response is, I gotta quit fucking with both of y'all. Because if it's on site, then he looking for you too.
Right. And I want to be
I'm not gonna be the nigga that's always ain't got nothing to do with it, the nigga that get caught. Shit.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Life.
The land of the law of the land.
Yeah, I see, man. And I feel like the allegiances, the alliances, when I first got into the hip hop scene, I remember doing the Emerald Theater. And I had another one coming up, and then what happened was the air races, or what is it, Red Bull. Mm-hmm. They do the air races downtown.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I got booked to do a venue right on the water.
Right.
Like, this is like some white people shit. They're not letting niggas do shit.
Right.
And I got the plug. And this guy, who I'm not, he had been established for a while, and I remember seeing him as like I ain't gonna say opposition, but he was competition, you know what I'm saying? And I'm new. You know what I'm saying? So I always want myself to be different. But he called me, and this guy proceeded to have what was like a 2-3 hour long conversation about why I needed to have his mans on my showcase, when I told him I only had 6 slots. And those 6 slots were going to go to guys who've been booking with me over the last 2 years while I'm building my empire, and the guys who had earned this spot and this slide. And even though this dude's trying to offer me these incentives and trying to hit me with the, it'd be a smart move and you want to make friends and just all this, like, I just remember thinking, like, wow, man. And like, I told you no at the beginning of this, like, we were, you know me, man, you know me. And I just kept iterating, like, I hear you, bro. And I mean, it's cool, but I'm sitting with the Walmart shit. And he just really, like, I don't know.
Trying to talk you into changing your mind.
And it wasn't changing. I swear it was like a 3 hour conversation.
I just shouldn't.
And I mean, I knew that he was just someone I shouldn't shrug off. He wasn't somebody like, no, nigga, bye. I wanted him to know that I'm cool with you, but no, I'm loyal to the people that, you know what I'm saying? I've thrown showcases where you might argue this is a bad move, but guys, they might be paying to get a spot or whatever, and then they go on a certain time. And then someone comes up to me like, P, bro, here's $400 right here. Let me go on next. Like, I've gotten that several times. Have you ever? What would you say in that situation? What would you say in that situation? Guys have been fucking with you for years, following your shows, paying the dues, you know what I'm saying, coughing them, become some, ticket money.
If you're only doing, and then like I said, how much you doing? How many times was you giving them?
8 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that.
I probably would have got a niggas 50. Like, man, here go 50, man. Let this nigga go on there.
Okay. I mean, because the shit was jumping, bro. Like, everybody was saying it was right, what was the hot time? Like 12 o'clock, 11:30, something like that.
Even if I had to give him 100. It's all free. All the money I made was free. So if he gave me 400 and it's only one nigga, if it's two niggas, I might even split it with them niggas. 202, man, here go 200. Let that nigga go on. Them niggas ain't gonna let that. Most of niggas gonna be like, all right.
I think that one thing that I've, maybe to a detriment, tried to establish is my business relationship with people and letting people know that I'm pretty much about what I say. If I say this is what time you're going up, you better be there. You better be on time because P don't play around with the shit. And I would hate to fuck up a situation. And you're right. And maybe there should have been times where...
That's why you're making him an offer he can't refuse. If you're giving him half, Come on, now.
Okay. I mean, that might have been a good move for me. I should have done there, man. You know what I'm saying? Emerald Theater, couple situations happened with that joint, man. But the one thing is, trying to get that bitch now, at least the last time I talked to him, they was talking about $5,000. Can you imagine it being worth getting that?
That's why they don't have that many.
Could a hip hop show in Mount Clemens be worth?
They don't want no hip hop there though.
That's what I'm saying. I told him about the lineage, what we done, the Mount Clemens Hip Hop Awards, you know what I'm saying, the Macomb County Music Awards, all things that I've thrown up there, you know what I'm saying, to try to put people on. How often I was doing them.
But you forgot the sheriffs that banned the rap from up there.
Huh?
They had banned hip hop shows from up there.
The shit that happened at other shows never happened at my shows, man. And I get it. They said all hip hop, but like
I said that don't make you an exception to the rule.
I just feel like maybe if I came there and said, "Hey, I want to do a hip hop award show,"
what they doing?
Would they do it as an award show? It's not a hip hop show. It's an award show.
The only thing I know that they letting people that they're doing is if you bring a national act in.
So $5,000 for the award show to rent the place, and then another $5,000 to get Michael Blackson. And that's how I can sneak a hip hop show in Mount Clemens
and make money.
How much does that ticket go for? Right off the top of your head, boom. How much you charge niggas?
Michael Blackson
and either a hip hop show or an award show for all niggas in Mount Clemens and 15 Mile hip hop shit.
Well, I wouldn't even promote it as the hip hop show. I promoted it as Michael Blackson, and then the hip hop show would be happening when everybody get in there. We'll do that first. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, because wording is what bring bullshit. So, and then like with Michael Blackson, because from my understanding, the Emerald like 1,700 people, 1,750, something like that. So, $50 a ticket.
$50 a ticket, 1,000 people show up, 50,000.
Gonna
have to promote on the radio.
His name, but his name big, so people gonna come.
Yeah.
You get these certain names, people gonna come.
What I'm saying is like basically there's sites where you can just okay, here I'm gonna go to the site so I can. Here's what $5,000 will get me. I just threw out a random name. That's what that one. Did you see that documentary on YouTube or on Netflix about Fyre Fest? They sent all these people to an exclusive villa where it was gonna be all exclusive performances from exclusive artists, and like if you don't have like $2,500 just to book the ticket, probably $10,000 just to book the ticket, you can't come. So if you get a ticket, it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna be around rich motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see that documentary?
No, I didn't.
It's called Fyre Fest. It was a thing. You know how Tiger
was it a scam? With Ja Rule?
Yeah. Okay, I was about to say, Tiger King picked up. That's how this picked up. Yeah. Everybody was talking about that shit. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what the site was originally supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be all this concert shit. It was supposed to be like, supposed to be a site where you can find artists or entertainers for whatever price range you're looking for.
Right. They got that out there.
And that's what I'm saying. So we say, okay, boom, we got a list. We go on, or we got a D level, C level list person. We go to the Emerald Theater.
Because truly, at that point, if you get them names, like, why do you need to do the hip hop show? You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I'm saying. I 100% get what you're saying. But for me, it's always been about the hip hop artist. I'm doing all this song and dance to promote the hip hop artist.
So, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
It works. Because while he there too, because while he there, he gonna promote. You know, whoever you bring in is gonna help
live
promote.
on Instagram.
Man, yeah, T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's you bring a national. DMX came there. You remember when he came to the Emerald?
I do remember that.
I was there.
How was it?
It was good. It wasn't packed like I thought, but it was good. It was, you know why? Because they didn't promote it really.
Weird detail.
No, because I was really kind of. It fucked me up. It fucked me up that it didn't bang. Like the Dog Pound came, and that fucked me up that it didn't bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they didn't promote it on the radio. None of that shit. Like, you can't tell me you the Dog Pound or DMX in town on a Friday night and the motherfuckers ain't coming to see him. Saturday night, motherfuckers ain't coming to see him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it was badly promoted.
What I've seen people doing is like a big promoter will bring someone like, I don't know, day 21, day 20, what was it, day 26? Mm-hmm. Is that day 26? Mm-hmm. Okay. A band like that, or like you said, like, Mike Black, who, they'll bring someone in town and then they'll get with smaller promoters, which at the time I was like a smaller promoter, and they'll have someone like me book at my thing, and then with a whole completely different booker, book them for Saturday somewhere else, and then a completely different booker book them for Sunday, and then someone else is booking them for limo tours and shit like that.
Because it's cheaper to get them when they're in town.
Yeah, but one guy has got him in town, and he's just...
Well, even if it don't work out that way, if you know he's in town, and he ain't got a show the next night, because sometimes they skip nights, you can get them at cost because you ain't got to pay for the hotels, you ain't got to pay for all that type of shit. That's the best way to catch them niggas when they in town, But now, when it come back, these niggas gonna be working because these niggas done missed a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's hard to think about how to throw showcases and events now because of the COVID and trying to keep everybody safe.
You have to prepare for like January.
Next year?
Yeah.
But niggas was already doing that last year. Like, but January. And then January came and it was still fucked up.
But see, now this vaccine and shit is in. So
they did WrestleMania. 10,000 people in the stadium.
Texas is unlimited. I just watched UFC last night in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, and that motherfucker was packed to capacity. And not a motherfucker in there had a mask on.
You sure that some of them seats didn't have the cardboard nigga in there?
Man, it might have been a few couple cute, Man, it's UFC. Come on now. Motherfuckers been paying to go to these type of shits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so motherfuckers is opening back up. Fuck what happening from here on out.
It's just like you have to have something that is unique that a person will do, because as far as just connecting with the person, you can go on Beyonce's lives or you know what I'm saying, or do Timberland's live. So if you just want to see them for free, you don't have to do pay-per-view, you just watch it. So like you can just see them now, and with Twitter you can interact with them and send them a message, and they, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, it's hard, like how do you promote this live appearance, you know what I'm saying, like what makes this different, what makes this an event. That's always
getting them here to perform. Getting them there to perform always is everybody wants to see a person in person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they're not, and nobody's been able to do nothing. So motherfuckers itching for concerts. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers itching for this. They itching for that. You know what I'm saying? They itching to be back into normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because...
And it still might be a while till we get there, man. That's what I'm saying. Netflix is going... You need to invest in that Netflix stock, man, because goddamn... Niggas
definitely. Like, Hulu too, shit.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a Hulu. I heard of a thing on Watch Mojo about like a YouTube top 10 type deal, and it was Netflix versus HBO, which network was better. And I gotta say, like now, I think HBO got them niggas, man. HBO got Netflix.
I think HBO has always been the standard.
But Netflix had better movies, and it was like TV shows, but now HBO Max got Fresh Prince, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got Seinfeld or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they got these things that now it's like bigger than just HBO properties. It's like Warner Brothers properties.
Well, see, the difference between that is once Netflix licenses start running out on shit.
Oh, it's gonna be fucked.
Yeah, because everybody started to like Paramount doing.
You might as
their
well just
own
have
shit.
cable. Yeah, because Paramount's gonna do its own thing,
You
and then
know,
Peacock, which is
everybody do it.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
So
Come on, you might as well get getting cable now.
my thing is, you know, with the HBO, I just think HBO always set the standard as high because they always HBO is the reason that everybody does these series the way they're doing now because HBO was doing shit that people wasn't, the Oz's and all that.
Oz was dope.
You know, the Showtimes and it wasn't popping like that yet. So then when they started like, man, I gotta come with Dexter, I gotta come, you know, shit like this. You know what I'm saying? To compete.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that HBO was doing it on a good run. You know what I'm saying? They was doing this shit for a minute.
I like that they're doing a lot of black centric shows like the Watchmen and Lovecraft Country. Like
Yeah,
I like that they're doing
definitely.
like there seems to be a black agenda. I'm loving
the black
it.
girl got her show. What's the black girl? She was
Idris
in the,
Elba?
No,
No, I'm
the,
kidding.
The silly girl.
You talking about from she's
she was
something
in Little. She was
Oh.
in the movie Little.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the chick who does the
And
show
they
about
got the-
Insecure or some shit like that.
Insecure.
Are you talking about her?
I think that's it.
She's like dark skinned. She got a
Yeah,
nice smile,
yeah,
dimples.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I forgot her name.
You know, she produced that and all that.
Yeah,
And then they got the black girls got their sketch show.
yeah, I was hip to that a while
And
ago.
I liked it. And then
I thought it was,
it was decent. I liked it for the very reason
I watched it. I watched it the other day with a black woman, and I feel like she had this undertone of like, you only watching this because I'm a black woman. Like, just enjoy it.
So?
And then she proceeded to not really like the Angela Bassett basic bitch sketch and shit. Like I would look over at the punchline of every joke, and I'd look over and she'd be like,
But it's funny if Mad TV do it. Or,
I'm just saying it's supposed to be. I thought it was supposed to be for black women, but that wasn't the only one. There was another woman that I showed it to, black woman, and she was just like, I don't know why you put this on because you thought I would like it or something. I'm just like, damn, man, like just it's a black girl sketch show.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You read me.
I thought it was
You damned you do, you damned you don't.
right.
I'm like, what you want to watch? I don't know.
Right.
Put something on. Nope. Put something on. Nope.
I enjoy watching the Amazon black movies. I mean, there's some
Have you watched that?
masterpieces.
Have you watched that? Them yet?
I got about 3 episodes in, so I haven't gotten too
I ain't
far.
watched it yet at all.
I would say that if you go in there looking for Love Country or Lovecraft, it's not quite that type
I
of
don't
horror.
think it is. I don't think it is. I never correlate the two because that wouldn't make no sense.
Because they both deal with race in the 60s about black families moving
that's
to a new community.
Even the Watchmen dealt with that. So, it's
But they didn't have them moving into a white community.
no.
Like
I'm just saying that
Lovecraft, they moved to a white
What I'm
community.
saying is that it's just the times are the times.
No, I get you. And it's a horror movie, and it deals with a little bit of science fiction. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, I don't know, but it's different. It's different. You check it out. Check out an episode.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
I was forced to watch it. She wanted to watch it. I
Prime
didn't watch it.
Prime gives a lot of artists, a platform for people to see their movies.
Yeah,
Like you're saying, it's a lot of black movies on there,
I love it.
and I watch them, and I watch them to see if some people are doing them just to make movies, or if people really enjoy making movies. Because there's a difference. Because some people just like to make movies because they want to make a movie, but some people really enjoy the craft of making a movie. So you could tell the difference in shooting. Who's what and who's not? Like who did homework on certain things and who didn't do homework. 'Cause some people just turn the camera on and think that they can, which is because it's easy, but it's going to look the way it look.
Right, exactly.
Movies is about. There's a lot of things that involve movie making that makes the movie that people don't really, people don't really recognize because they're not in the film business.
Yeah, I think if from my perspective as an editor, I'm only doing my job when you don't see what I did. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that I made this thing a little bit darker so that it matches, because in the regular film it was super blown out. You know
But
what
see,
I'm saying?
that's for you and the director. The normal people that's watching the movie don't appreciate
right.
that.
That sucks as an editor, but
It doesn't though.
if you do see the things that I didn't do my job, if you don't see the things, then it's like I get a silent like.
I mean,
head
it may
nod
suck
from the
as
director, maybe.
it may suck as the because as well as everybody, the actor and the director gets all the credibility.
Not for me. For me, I'm definitely looking at those scenes, and sometimes I do break apart movies, as you know, but I feel like I have to use those as like experiences to learn, and then look at this and go back to it and say
everything because I look at these movies. And so what I believe, what I'm big on, like when I do mine is, we heard you.
We heard you. Maybe they didn't.
So
maybe they didn't.
I like with shots.
There's a bee in here.
With shots, angles, different shots make different scenes, more relevant than they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you just come in here and most people are gonna do a one shot or a two shot, you know what I'm saying? And most people shoot in this, like a room like this. There's no high shots. There's no, from up top shots. It's virtually impossible to get those type of shots in this type of room. Mm-hmm. So, but the movie sets have the luxury of building a set to get an up top shot, that may be real minute.
Yeah, but someone can look more menacing if there's a high end shot.
There's a lot of things that it does without realizing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that hinders a lot of the filmmaking too. You know what I mean? But with me, it's like, I love film. I do. I love it. I love everything about it.
Film for me has always been, I feel like a form of escape. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From reality. Some people play Dungeons and Dragons. Some people play Madden. Some people go out and do dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people go out and have fun. For me, all of those things encompassed is film.
I was going to say that because they're all scripts. Mm-hmm. They're all scripts.
Madden popping scripts and shooting scripts.
Madden and Dungeons and Dragons was a script like no other. They
right.
just fucked up when they made the movie.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, like they did that strictly for like Dungeons and Dragons. I was serious about Dungeons and Dragons growing up, man.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not.
I would not believe it.
I'm one of the few black kids in the hood that played Dungeons and Dragons, but I used to love going on my homeboy house to play it. You know what I'm saying?
What was your character?
I can't remember the character because we did them all. Like, we did the whole storylines, man. Rolling the dice, and we was fighting and building men, and you know what I'm saying? Like, this, but I'm talking like 83, 82, 83, pre-crack days.
Okay, that's a pre-crack.
Pre-crack days.
Then the crack drop. Then how did Dungeons and Dragons change? The characters were all high?
No, they shields and swords were stolen.
Oh shit! Right.
At that time we quit pretty much because you're coming to in a different world now. So that world, you really can't live in that world no more because you really ain't a kid no more. Because so much shit going on in the world with this crack that you forced to live cautiously. You have to pay attention to everything because niggas, if it wasn't nailed down. It was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Where's my house?
So, but prior to that, man, I enjoyed motherfucking Dungeons and Dragons. Like, really, if I ever be somewhere and I run into it and I see a board, I see the game, I'm buying it.
I'll keep that in mind, man.
I'll play it.
When
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
Lavette York's birthday, we're gonna get him a Dungeons and Dragons set.
Man, I'll play that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit was. That shit take you to a whole nother world, dog.
It's gonna be weird when there's a bunch of teenage white guys trying to come play with you and shit.
Man, I'll play with them. I'll play with them.
What's the guy who's in charge? The guy who's like makes everybody do different shit. There's a title for the guy. He's like the dungeon.
I mean, there was Merlins. There were There were sorcerers. There were all that type of shit.
See,
in
but I
there.
thought that those are all characters, and then there's one guy who's got like the script, and he was the dungeon master or some shit like that. I forgot
see, from what I remember,
that. Stranger Things, that's what I know.
What I remember playing a game, it was always a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you kind of like jump from characters. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to pull this card out to see what this character was about because now this the character you are.
Right.
If I remember correctly, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember just having one person. I remember playing the game and then we jumped from here to here and they jumped you back to here. So like, you know, he would jump through this portal and while he in this portal, now we going to this part of the story.
Detroit. Can you go to Detroit?
You know what I'm saying?
In Dungeons and Dragons, or is it just made up
Escape
places?
from L.A.
Everyone dies.
But we played that shit, man, and that was man, like, you know, as kids, you know, it's easy to transform into somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we played that game, man, we was in that. Oh, you did that? Yeah. It's easy to transform into somewhere to the point where we were really into that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that was pre-computer days, Commodore 64, and all that before them days. So you was really into.
I mean,
like reading.
Sometimes it's good to remember being a kid because I think sometimes we forget
These kids
about
don't
how
get that. They're so advanced.
we forget about just being a kid and just
things.
fucking up.
Just
because you know it's just right. You know we get it. We become adults and sometimes become maybe a little bit more cynical because we understand life to a higher degree. We understand the consequences of our actions. Whereas when we're a kid, usually unless we have extenuating circumstances, someone else is in charge. You go to school, well, there's an adult in charge. I don't think if there's 8-year-olds going to school thinking, oh, if someone comes up here with a gun, it's up to me. You know what I'm saying? When you're a kid, someone else is in charge.
I just think it was simple. This is what it was.
Yeah.
This is how it had to be, and this is what it was going to be.
And everybody's is a little bit different, but
even all the households was the same. Black households was the same. Everybody had to follow the same rules. When you get your ass home from school, you do your chores, you take care of your homework, then you might be able to go outside for a little while, and then you bring your ass in here, you get in the bath, and you go into bed, and repeating the same day. And that's just what it was, because we didn't have video games to stay in the house. We didn't want to be in the house. They cleaned too much. My mama had OCD. We cleaned. So we got our ass up. On Saturday morning, we watched Saturday morning cartoons, and we cleaned up before my mama got up. And long as she smelled bleach and pine saw, we was good. You know what I'm saying?
Start leaving little bombs in her room and shit.
No, we just cleaned that shit up because if we didn't clean up and she got up and come downstairs and the shit wasn't clean, we ain't going outside for a month. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing worse than sitting in the house and hear everybody out there playing because everybody played outside back then.
What did you think about your parents after becoming a parent?
Well, I only met my daddy once. And with my mom, like, you know, me and my mom went through a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? She got strung out and, you know, she was getting high and all that shit, so we went through a lot. So I had a moment where, you know, I never hated her. I was just very mad at her, you know what I'm saying? Like, super mad at her. And it took to probably, I don't know, I had to be about 30. It was before I went to prison, so I had to be about 32, 33. She came and lived with me. And we, we had a talk and we patched it. And, you know, I had to realize that outside her being my mother, she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? And
that brings a lot of other things.
It's personal because it's my mother.
Right.
But what that excluded her from being a normal human being still. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's supposed to, like,
a normal human being?
You know.
What's that?
You know, the standard from somebody that's not getting high to somebody getting high. You know what I'm saying? So like she went from being normal.
Everybody I know gets high. Like every single person I know gets high.
Not that high.
I mean, I can't tell you what level of high they get.
What I'm saying is, and when the crack cocaine hit,
right,
it was something different. Nobody experienced it. You know what I'm saying? So like, it changed everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother was a nurse, and me and my brother used to get $40 every 2 weeks. in motherfucker for allowance. You know what I'm saying? And then when that dope hit, it went down to like $20. And then it went down to no dollars. Then she wasn't coming home till Sunday. Then she wasn't coming home for 2 weeks at a time. You know what I'm saying?
So shit was hard.
Man, it was hard. You know what I'm
Difficult.
saying? So we had to grow up quick. But when I had my kids, it was never what I regret with my kids. Well, I'm gonna say this: I raised my kids the way I was raised. I just didn't whoop them like I got whooped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I was just as strict with them because I felt like, you know, this world ain't built for soft people, and being soft, you're gonna get fucked over all the time, quick and often. You know what I'm saying? Quick and often, and if people smell any type of punk in you, they gonna try to play that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't giving a motherfucker twice to play with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me. Play with your kids.
Really good one.
But I never thought. Well, this is what I did say. Certain things I wasn't gonna do because my mother did, and then when certain situations hit, it was like, oh, they got timers on them. Certain situations was like, you know, I should have did what my mama did. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand nothing else. But my kids, I was strict, but I was fair, especially with my girls. But I wouldn't change it. Shit. The girls got to come up a little harder than boys to be accepted.
I think inherently, I mean, women have to give birth. You know, women have to be a bit stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
in certain
natural.
aspects.
Yeah,
you know
they could take pain. Like, you know, we can't. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, growing up in a man's world, they have to fight a little harder for things that they want. So I always try, you know, I made sure that my daughters and them understood that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, don't expect no man to do nothing for you. Do for yourself. And whatever he bring to the table, he bring to the table.
Do for self, shot my guy, Eileen.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it's that time. I want to make sure that we get a little moment here, you know, for you to say something real quick. Let's say there's a young Lavette out there. He's 18 years old. He's listening to this podcast. Maybe he's watching it. And right now, you got to give him some game. Give him something that, you know what I'm saying, he need to know so that he can be prosperous in these next coming years. He's 18. He's young. He ain't got a big brother, big dad, you know what I'm saying, nobody to give him some guidance. Give him some game right now, man. Tell him what he need to focus on, man. Boom. Hit him with it.
I mean, you have to figure. The thing about 18 is, you know, you think you know what you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? But most people at 18 don't end up doing what they want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, so all I can say is, man, you know, whatever you choose to do at that moment, you know, you gotta take it all the way to. You gotta put your the best effort you can in it, because you'll never know if you was gonna make it if you don't try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was 18, I came up in a different time. Like, these boys ain't got the Temptations we had. You know what I'm saying?
The musical group, The Temptations?
No, the Temptations of easy money.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, walking down the street and every car, like, you holding. They don't have that temptation. You know what I'm saying? So the squarest of guys I grew up with was selling dope because it was so easy. They don't have that temptation now. So I would say this: if you're 18, take your butt to school, even if you don't have a major, and get you a bachelor's. You can figure your major out, but get in school. They're giving you money, a way to go. You know what I'm saying? Go to school, enjoy life, because ain't nothing like college life. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't experienced it like I was supposed to. And man, I was going to parties, but it wasn't going to school. You know what I'm saying? Which didn't make sense. But take your butt to school. You learn how to live in college. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're gonna learn how to live in college, and then at the same time, you're gonna learn what you want to do in life, and then you're gonna come out making some good money at 22 or 23 years old. If you're smart enough, you'll come out starting your own business. Depends on what you go to school for. But go to school, man, and figure it out while you're in school. Don't try to figure it out from home.
Message.
Figure it out while you in school, because you're in school. You're gonna see so many people with so many different majors. You know what I'm saying? Then you figure out what yours is and go from there.
Well, there it is, man. That's the word from my guy, Mr. Executive Vice President. You know what I'm saying? He's producing music. He's producing movies right now. He's got 2 scripts on the way. He's got a brand new building that he's doing some exclusive work at. You guys might hear about soon. Mr. Lavette York, with words of wisdom for everybody out there. This is your boy PeterPromo here for the PeterPromo podcast. Be yourself.
Everybody else took him.
Because everybody else is already taken. My guy.